So my dumbass, during the process of putting it back together, somehow flipped it upside down. My bad. Okay, we have day 2 till crawl for the cure. We had a death in the family, so we're behind a couple days. Everybody's doing okay otherwise, but we have a lot of work to do. But first things first, I have a bit of a mess in the garage. I've let it go, so we're gonna clean that up and then get back to work. And also did some organization. My dad helped me out in building a tool rack, or actually tool storage for the back of the Rango. And so here's a little bit of that, and we'll get to it. Alright, we got the transfer case out. There she is. Also on Saturday, I did end up building the tool storage, kind of temporary, but it does work for now. Take a look at that. So we got tire chain, jack of course, scissor, some air tools, some extra tools back in there, extra tools, and tire repair. We are missing battery jump pack and terminal service tools. All right, everybody, good afternoon. We have less than 1 day for the crawl for the cure, and we have a lot to do. Today's big thing, mandatory, we have to get that transfer case replaced and the rear leaf springs. We're gonna be doing that today, and then we gotta get that we're gonna try to get that passenger front headlight done. I'm not sure if I'm gonna make it, honestly. We might be doing some fix-its once we get there, but I'm trying to do the small stuff when we get there and just get the big stuff out of the way. So I'm gonna pull the transfer case and show you the issues we're having with that, get those swapped out, and then we'll get the rear leafs done. So here we go. So back to the transfer case. I'll do my best by hand. It's pretty tight. I think it's fitted in there nice, but I think there's something wrong with the teeth grabbing onto the drive gear going to the front. And let's just try it, see if you can hear it. So that's the sound of the chain. Something's going on in there. Everything else checked out fine. U-joints, front shafts are brand new. Nothing was going on there. So I think there's something going on with the chain. It's a brand new chain, rebuilt from rigid axle. Rebuild kit rather, from rigid axle. And the chain, I didn't like the way it sat, but I went with it anyways. And now it's making noise. And we're gonna crack it open, see what's going on. All right, so we got the transfer case apart, and I think what happened, we'll have to do some more investigation. But so when I got the bearing in here from rigid, this bearing right here, it's actually too tall than the original one that was in here. Either that, so then I put the old one in there, or I may have missed a bushing in there somewhere. But you can see, I don't know if you guys can see that, it's actually pretty well been rubbing against the inside of the chain. There's no gap. Feels like the pins are still there. So we've got a spacing issue. So we'll take a look at that. I may just split that one apart. Put the old chain on there because that one is missing the chain, and then that would save us time, but I don't know if that's heavy duty. This one is. This one's got the 1¼ inch chain. We'll see what we do. We'll split that one open, and we might just do a swap out real quick and then bring this one along with in case we have any transfer case issues. So we'll see how that goes. Okay, now I think I see what I did wrong when I put my transfer case back together. This one's a little worse than I expected even, as didn't have a pickup tube or a pump tube, and you can see that, sorry, that right there is a weld. So this case has been welded. I'm going to consider most of the gears in this thing probably worthless. Dirty as heck. I mean, this is a junkyard vehicle I pulled this off of anyways. But yeah, see how little material there is there compared to this one. So my dumbass, during the process of putting it back together, somehow flipped it upside down. My bad. Stupid. Now I'm doubling my time. I might just use the stock chain. The stock chain was already pretty good anyways. I just wanted to swap it out for the rough terrain that I was using in Texas at the time. So we'll see. We'll take the original one apart and flip it around and see what we can do. Check the damage, of course. Let's see what we got. Oh yeah, had to eat some dinner. So I got it put together for the most part. Still got to put the codes on, but that sounds so much better. So yeah, I did put it in wrong or upside down originally, but we got it fixed. Now I'm gonna put the cone back on, throw her back in, let the RTV dry for just a little bit while I put on the rear springs. So we'll finish her up and move on to the next project.